Yeah, more than 300 tenants were overcharged for their water, some of them for as long as 3 years.
It's sad, but I just got to where I didn't trust them.
Royce Brown says he knew right away that his monthly water bill wasn't right. He started documenting his water usage. One month he says he used 700 gallons, but was billed for 3,500 gallons.
There's a lot of difference between 700 gallons and 3,500 gallons.
Mr. Brown, who lives at the Madison Woods Apartments in Greensboro, wasn't the only tenant overcharged for water. According to court documents, a tenant named Doris Robinson, who, like Mr. Brown, was threatened with eviction over their water bills, reached out to a local attorney, which led to a class action lawsuit. The lawsuit names Third Group Properties, which managed the apartment complex, American Utility Management, which collected the water fees, and Madison Greensboro, which owned the property at the time. The lawsuit claims the tenants were overcharged for water and administrative fees for a 3-year period, from May of 2015 through June of 2018.
We felt like the people that owned the apartments and the people that were running the water billing were in cahoots with each other to collect more money than they were entitled to collect.
The property owner and the utility management company settled the claim for $385,000. Attorney Fred Berry credits the large award in part to a North Carolina statute that penalizes wrongdoers.
There's a $500 penalty for every time they send a bad bill. And so that enabled us to make a mountain out of a molehill, so to speak.
Royce Brown says he didn't even know about the class action lawsuit until the settlement check landed in his mailbox.
Somewhere around November, I got a check for, I think it's $1,542.80.
Mr. Brown says he reached out to WXII 12 News in hopes of finding those tenants who were overcharged for their water but haven't received their settlement.
I got my share. But like the attorney said, there's a lot of people that lived here in that period. They've got their names. I understand they've got their names, but they can't find them.
There are 366 tenants in the class action lawsuit. Attorney says that most of them have gotten their settlement, but they're still looking for some 90 tenants who have not yet received their money. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
Wow, thank you, Bill. And if you lived at the Madison Woods Apartments between May of 2015 and June of 2018, contact Greensboro attorney Fred Berry. His number right here on your screen, 336-272-1600.
The CDC is out with its roadmap to get students and teachers safely back into their physical buildings. The agency says schools can safely reopen if everyone wears a mask, maintains social distances, and follows other health measures. Other suggestions include washing hands regularly, disinfecting school facilities, and using diagnostic testing. The CDC emphasizes all of these recommendations must be implemented strictly and consistently, in able to keep schools as safe as possible. The CDC says vaccinating teachers would provide an extra layer of protection on top of that, but isn't necessary for school to reopen. North Carolina educators will be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine starting February 24th. The North Carolina Association of Educators responded to this CDC recommendation today with this statement, which reads, quote, "The new CDC guidance is a good first step, but now is the time for action. If this roadmap is applied universally in every community and the resources are put in place equitably for all students, our school buildings can be safe for in-person learning."
There's a bill in the General Assembly that would require school districts to offer in-person learning. It initially passed the Senate and then the House, but with a slight change. Now the bill is in a Senate committee to see if lawmakers can come up with a compromise. It is expected to be discussed in the Senate again at some time next week. Governor Roy Cooper has said that he has reservations about this bill and thinks decisions about reopening should be left up to local school boards. There's a new tool to help keep students safe in school in Rockingham County. Compassion Healthcare Incorporated donated these temperature scanning kiosks, I should say, and there's now one at each school in the district. The device uses thermal imaging cameras basically to scan a student or staff member. Right now, Rockingham County school students are back in class a couple of days a week. They alternate between in-person and remote learning.
Some Wake Forest University students are not pleased with the university's new quarantine-in-place policy. They say it's dangerous to put students who may have COVID-19 in empty rooms inside residence halls. Let's go to Justin Schreier. He is live right off of campus tonight in front of the university, where students just wrapped up a protest. Justin, what did they have to tell you?
Hey, Kenny, good evening. Nearly 100 students were out here protesting tonight before walking back and marching back onto campus. Students say they believe the new protocols in place may be exposing healthy students inside of the residence halls. They also say resident assistants, also commonly known as RAs, are being asked to manage COVID-exposed students without proper notice, training, or hazard pay. The university says while in the past they have not properly communicated with them students, they say now they are. They also say they had to adjust quarantine and isolation practices after a spike in cases and worked with health officials. They say fewer than 24 students have been relocated to empty rooms on campus, and that none of those students had known positive COVID-19 tests, and they were not showing symptoms. Coming up tonight, you will hear from both sides, including the university at 10 o'clock and then at 11 o'clock. Live on Wake Forest University's campus, Justin Schreier, WXII 12 News.
Justin, thank you. New COVID-19 cases at Elon University are shifting things to high alert. Campus is moving to level 2, which asks that students limit their activities and keep their social circles as small as possible. The university reported 66 new cases in just the last week. At least 230 students are in isolation or quarantine right now. There will be additional student testing on campus tomorrow. Novant plans to partner with Winston-Salem State University for a vaccination clinic in the coming week. There aren't any specifics available just yet, but Novant's chief nursing officer says this event will target people associated with the university who are 65 and up, along with people who live in the surrounding area.
A group of UNC Chapel Hill professors is calling for the chancellor to resign. In a letter, the group accuses Chancellor Kevin Gusterwitz of breaches of trust and dishonesty. The president of UNC's chapter of the American Association of University of Professors says, quote, "There's nothing he can do for the good of UNC other than step down," end quote. The professors point to the settlement over the Silent Sam Confederate monument, which they call immoral, and the chancellor's decision to open campus to students last fall.
Well, tonight, 3 people are charged in a home invasion and assault in Surry County. Deputies say this had to do with a property dispute. They responded to Turner Mountain Road in Mount Airy last night. Deputies say the 3 people on your screen forced their way inside a home and then tried to self-evict the victim and his family. They say Luis Torres Soto pulled out a handgun, started hitting a man in the head, and then tried to shoot him. Elvis Santiago Rivera and Rachel Ibarra are both charged with breaking and entering and simple assault. Torres Soto is charged with assault with a deadly weapon. All 3 suspects are from Ararat. Elsewhere, detectives are taking a fresh look at a cold case from Alamance County. It's been more than 20 years since deputies found James Fogelman dead inside his family's store, and they say they still don't know who killed him. Detective Barbara Tommy says she's going to start investigating this case essentially from scratch, re-interviewing people, taking another look at evidence, and trying to piece it all back together. She says new information, if you can believe it or not, is already starting to come in.
My biggest hope is that we just find an answer to give to the family because they've been waiting for it for so long. If I were in their shoes, I'd want an answer.
If you have a tip, you can reach out to that detective at the number on your screen, 336-570-6300.
Still ahead, a new tool to help overcome food insecurity, how it's teaching children to grow.
And coming up in sports, changes in minor league baseball reignite a rivalry in our area. We'll tell you all about it, plus preview the weekend in ACC basketball.